PK is the Executive Director of the Mystic River Watershed Association, and John is the Branch Chief of the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection. We have our interviewers, Cassandra and Annie.
It's great having you guys here today.
Number one is ensuring that the water quality improves. The water quality right now is impaired because we have too much sewage flowing into the river. We have too much rainwater that's sweeping up all of the junk off the streets and ending in the river. And we still have some problems that are left over from the days when there were a lot of industrial factories that spewed their contamination into the river. Number two, we have a problem in the Mystic River watershed in that there is very little green space, open space, for people to enjoy. And so the third thing we want to do is to restore the natural environment so that those inhabitants will come back strongly. And maybe the best example of that is the river herring that used to come into the Mystic River by the millions. Back in the day, people would say there were so many fish struggling to go up the river every spring that you could walk across the river on the backs of the fish. That's how thick they were. I'm not a scientist. I've just studied a little bit to find out what I can. But certainly the chemistry of the water, the fact that the water was so polluted for so long, I think affected whether the fish could survive. There's a little brook in Cambridge called Alewife Brook. And the alewife is the name of that little herring, that little fish that used to come back to this area every spring. Well, we test the water in Alewife Brook, and we know that it's too dirty to support alewife. Alewife don't like Alewife Brook anymore. So that's one big problem. But definitely the quality of the water, poor quality of the water, affected the fish.
The herring are called anadromous, which means they live out in the ocean all the time. But they come back for one reason. They're not eating. They're not doing much about anything but trying to get up the river to spawn. That's all they do in the Mystic River. So they spawn and then they get back out to the ocean. Reproduce. They lay eggs too. And so the eggs hatch. They live for a little bit. They're tiny and they grow to about, they call fingerling size. And in the fall, these fingerlings head out to the ocean because that's where they want to be. They don't want to be in fresh water, they want to be in salt water.